Hi, this is Brian Chung, Shimon Chai, and Craig Metz. This video is about experimental design in AP Statistics. There are four main parts of experimental design that you need to know for the AP exam. The first is comparison. In order to conduct an experiment, you need different treatment groups to compare to each other. Usually, they consist of an explanatory variable, which is considered a control, and a response variable, which is considered the treatment. The explanatory variable is often used to help predict or explain the response variable. The second part of experimental design is random assignment. Experimental units should be randomly assigned to treatment groups. You can do this by using a random number generator on your calculator or computer, or using Table D. If you want to use your calculator to randomly assign treatment, you will need a random integer generator. To do this, on the TI-84, click the Math button and toggle to the prob function in the top right. The function that you need is number 5, the random integer generator. For example, if you wanted to randomly assign 50 subjects to your two treatment groups, you will put 0 in the lower bound, 1 in the upper bound, and the end value will be 50. This will produce 50 integers that are either 0 or 1. Allow the 0 to represent one treatment and the 1 to represent the second treatment, and go through the list of your experimental units and assign treatment based on the numbers that correspond with the randomly generated integers. The third part of the experimental design is control. It is important to keep other variables the same in your experiment to make sure you are only testing the effects of the explanatory variable on the response variable. When another variable is not controlled and can impact the results of the experiment, it is called a confounding variable.
The last part of experimental design is replication. It is important to have enough experimental units in the experiment so that it can be applied to a larger group of people. Also, having a reliable procedure and way to collect data will allow others to reproduce the experiment and test your claims themselves. Additionally, there are two different methods of creating treatment groups in an experiment. The first is blocking, where the group of experimental units is broken up into multiple blocks that are meant to be similar. The blocks are meant to be similar between and different in comparisons. Each block is then randomly assigned treatment within. This allows experimenters to compare results within each block, then between blocks, to come to an ultimate conclusion about the whole. The other method of treatment groups is a matched pairs system. This requires experimental units to be paired up with another experimental unit that is similar to them. For our example, if you paired up subjects based on their age, these would be their pairs. Then the two treatments would be randomly assigned to each of the subjects in the pairs. This allows us to directly compare individuals' results between similar subjects. If you need more practice with experimental design, you can go to the 2006 AP Statistics released exam and complete number 5. That's pretty much all there is to know about the most exciting topic of AP Statistics, experimental design. Thanks for listening and watching some sick whiteboard art by Craig Metz. Make sure to subscribe.